Hello, viewers. Today is September 15th, 2024. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions on the US presidential elections 2024. Today, the topic that I would like to cover is the latest news coming out of Palm Beach County near Trump's residence in Florida. Apparently, at around 2 p.m. Eastern Time, a gunman tried to engage in an gun-related attempt on President Trump's life, and fortunately, no one was injured, and and he was not successful. And it was good that the cops were able to track him down and take him into custody immediately. And Trump is very safe right now. So we are all glad that nothing bad happened in this incident. But nevertheless, it also is a further validation that we do need a meaningful gun control reform in this country. Specifically, the weapon that they had gotten hold of from the person's car is an assault rifle. That's what we have been told. That means again that these kind of weapons have got no value for hunting or any other legal purposes. So we should pass the assault weapons ban bill right away. I hope that the Republicans, at least by now, would have realized that these kind of guns is a serious threat to the society. And I hope they will change their mind and not use the Second Amendment as an excuse to not pass the assault weapons ban bill. Please note that this assault weapons ban bill was in force from 1994 to 2004, and the hunters were quite happy. They were able to hunt, and so banning these kind of assault weapons is not going to affect the hunters by any means. So I sincerely hope that both Democrats and Republicans who are not supporting this bill as of now will change their mind, at least by now. It is good that this incident did not result in any injury or death, and we are very glad about that. And we strongly condemn any kind of this violence against any political party or any political representative. But still, we need to pass a meaningful gun control reform bill in this country. That said, there are both Democrats and Republicans who are not for this. So I'm just calling them out both. So those who do not want to support this bill, at least by now, you will change your mind. And the other thing I would like you viewers to do is nothing works like public pressure. I would like you to call up your congressional representatives and senators and ask them to pass this assault weapons ban bill. That alone is not sufficient, but still that's a good start. And then you also need to pass some kind of an enforceable background check, background checks for gun purchases, and also some kind of mandatory waiting period for gun purchases. All these were in place before, but we need to pass those bill again. So again, I insist that at least after this incident, let's hope that Democrats and Republicans will work together, will come together on this issue and pass a meaningful gun reform bill. So that said, Trump is very safe right now, and he is at his residence. So that's a very good news. So now going to the other campaign-related news today, there were some polls that have come out. One of them is quite interesting. That is from Iowa. That poll currently says that Trump is at 47 and Kamala Harris is at 43. That means the difference is only 4 percentage points. Remember, Trump won 2016 and 2020 by around 9 to 10 points against both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. So on the face of it, I did not give too much of importance on that particular poll, but then I took a look at exactly who had conducted the poll, and that was by Des Moines Register. So I respect the polls conducted by Des Moines Register. They are very good based on their past record. So I do believe that it might be true, but I don't want to jump the gun at this point. I would like to wait for some more polls to come out of Iowa and then see if it also shows the same kind of numbers. But remember that Democrats used to win Iowa. As a matter of fact, Barack Obama won in both 2008 and 2012. So there is a possibility something is happening in Iowa, but I wouldn't give too much of importance at this juncture. But let's wait for some other polls from the state of Iowa. Then there are some national polls that have come out, and one such national poll caught my attention. It was interesting because they used the likely voters model, not the registered voters model. I always tend to believe the likely voters model more because not all registered voters are going to vote, and you do not know exactly what kind of registered voters are going to vote. So if you look at the likely voters, you are more closer to reality than the registered voters poll. And this particular national poll says that Kamala Harris is at 52% and Donald Trump is at 46%. That's a 6% gap on the national polling. If you have a 6% gap in national polling, that means that Kamala Harris should win at least 4 or 5 of these battleground states. So that poll is an encouraging news for Kamala Harris, but still I would like to see if some other national poll also comes out from reputed media organizations that also comes out and also gives you the same kind of polling numbers. Then we can believe that it is indeed a 6-point difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But nevertheless, you go back to the battleground states, we get some kind of a mixed message now. So the national poll from a reputed organization is saying it's a 6-point lead for Kamala Harris. But then you look at the battleground states, even some of the polls that have come out after the debate, you see Arizona more or less a tie or a +1 or 2 for Donald Trump. Nevada essentially a tie. North Carolina and Georgia are more or less a tie. Pennsylvania is a tie. And Wisconsin, some polls say that Trump is ahead, and some polls say Kamala Harris is ahead. And in Michigan, same thing. Some polls say that Kamala Harris is ahead, and some polls say that Donald Trump is ahead. But even if you look at all this, you got around 4 or 5 out of the 7 battleground states are basically a tie right now. So unless that changes, I think I will still stick to my theory that this is still a very, very, very close race, and it's going to go down to the wire. And that's my take for today as well. And I will come back to you with a different episode tomorrow. Till then, take care.